Hi there, everybody. Welcome to another album review. My name is Christian Eschbach. All right, today we are looking at a band that was a one and done, 1999. Dali's Dilemma, Manifestos for Futurists, or Manifesto for Futurism. I'm going to be completely honest with you. That cover art, my favorite part of this album. Now, not to say that this is a bad album, okay? Tracy picked this one up based on the cover art. She grabbed it for $8. Would I pay $8 for this having heard it? No. I'm going to say that up front. I would not. But Tracy would. And for Tracy, this was a good find. For me, this was it's not my thing. There is, what do we got? We got 10 songs on this album, I think it is. Okay, so we got Within a Stare, Miracles in Yesteryears. Oh, I hate the font. The font and the coloring they used on the back here. Bad design. This was one of those things in the 90s I really hated, when they would use a font that basically matched one of the colors that was already in there. It was a stylistic choice of that time period. And it makes it so hard to read. If this was on vinyl, it might not be so bad. It'd be better, easier to read. But on compact disc, and in 99, vinyl was not an option, okay? It was compact disc. I mean, I'm sure there might have been a couple token vinyls, but all right, anyways. Within a Stare, Miracle in... Oh, geez, I really hate that I cannot read that. And the worst part is they don't put it clearly anywhere else in here either. Despite the Waves, Whispers, Ashen Days, Andromeda Sunrise, This Time Around, Hills of Memory, Can't You See, and Living in Fear. It was... I don't mind the album when the album's playing, okay? Let's be very clear. When the album's playing, I don't mind it. The first song is the only one I really don't care for. It's a little too... It has that definitely 1999 mixing in a lot of the new industrial kind of... Well, it wouldn't have been new, but... mixing in the industrial sound. But there's a lot of prog in this. There's a lot of symphonic metal in this as well. This is, by all intents and purposes, an early synth metal, symphony metal album. Sort of like, not to say that there's an actual symphony on it, but like going for that more big, robust, classical power metal kind of sound, what power metal's evolved to now. Prog, power metal, that symphonic metal, some industrial elements, all that in here. And it's wrapped up really nice. Honestly, I would say that this album's actually, in certain ways, both a product of its time and ahead of its time at the same time. But nothing overly memorable to me about it. I can understand why this ended up being a one and done. Musically, it's well composed. But that's what it is it feels like it's well composed. It feels paint by numbers almost, like they were purposely going, well, let's hit this mark here, let's hit this mark here, let's hit this mark here, let's hit this mark there, and kind of going that way the whole way through. Not to say that that's a bad thing, but it's not something that I'm overly interested in per se. I know Tracy digs on this album, but I don't know if it's an album that she's still going to want to listen to 5 years from now, 10 years from now, like compared to some of the other bands that she listens to, there's many others that are definitely better. And like I said, I totally get why this ended up kind of being a one and done. I think the five guys on the back here that make up this band, I think are very talented. And based on the limited research I did, and I did do a little limited research, that's how I found out they were a one and done. I didn't see that any of these musicians kind of went on to do anything else, which is potentially quite a shame because they are skilled, they are talented, more work could have been done. But sometimes that's just the way it's got to go as well, you know. I mean, my band played for 4+ years. We recorded three albums worth of material, 4 albums worth of material, whatever, you know. And we really didn't, unfortunately, get picked up or go anywhere with it, you know. And that's what happens, you know. Sometimes you bust your ass and your band doesn't go anywhere. You don't get the recognition you deserve. Music industry is very tough and fickle, especially in the digital age, you know. So what are you gonna do? And that's the other thing too, is with this being 99, it would have been right before the big digital age. And it would have been, you know, like the dreaded Napster, I believe, was around at this point. Um, what's the other one there? LimeWire, I think it was around theoretically at this point. I'm not 100% sure. Anyways, file sharing had started up, digital copies had started up. It was a thing, you know, and but this would have been the early phase of it, so this wouldn't have been totally affected by it. But this is one of those bands that would have been used as an example for it, you know, where people would have said they'd like to hear the album before they went out and bought it, blah blah blah, not realizing that any of the good music stores back in the day would let you listen to an album before you bought it. Anyways, folks, my diatribe. I'm done. I'm over. Would I recommend Dali's Dilemma, Manifesto for Futurism? If you are into power metal, if you are into symphonic metal, yeah, go for it. If you're into prog metal, go for it. It's an interesting experience. It's a good ride. If you're into something a little more, if you're into mainstream, forget it. It's not an album for you. If you're into more, I don't even know. If metal's become really weird, the metal community. I don't want to say there's a lot of gatekeeping, but the division with the separation of the million different types and the million different genres and stuff like that, you know. So, is a grindcore band someone who's into grindcore gonna like this? I don't think so. Maybe, but I don't think so. You know, someone that's into Zeppelin gonna like this? Possibly yes. Someone that's into Yes gonna like this? Possibly yes. If you're into Rush, are you gonna like this? Possibly yes. You know, but I can't say for certain, you know. I just know that it didn't work for me as much as it worked for Tracy. Oh. Anyways, I've rambled. Those are my thoughts, my opinions. Let me know what you think, folks. That's what the comment section is for down below. On your way down there, hit the like button, the subscribe button, the little bell for notifications, please. That helps out me and you. You'll see a couple links down in the comments. Please click on those. Otherwise, peace, love, take care.